Warm welcome. Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about monopoly. Monopoly. It comes under the head of the subject head of Principles of Economics. Principles of Economics. So, monopoly. Yeah. Before going to know about the term monopoly, subject monopoly, topic monopoly, we have to know about the market structure. So, what do you know about the term market? Market is a place or platform where various buyers and sellers of a commodity meet, interact, and strike a deal on a mutual agreed price. Okay, buyers and the sellers meeting point is also called as market. Economists have identified 4 types of competitions. 4 types of competitions. Like perfect competition, monopolistic competition, monopoly, duopoly, and oligopoly. Okay. Now we are going to see about the term monopoly. So the word monopoly is a Latin term. Mono means single, poly means seller. That is comes under single seller. Single seller. Single seller. So many buyers. So monopoly is a form of a market organization in which there is only one seller of the commodity. Only one seller of the. There are no close substitute for the commodity. There are no close substitute for the commodity sold by the seller. For example, Indian Railways. Indian Railways. Isn't it? Hence, monopoly means single seller, so many buyers. So many buyers. Definitions. According to Baumal, a pure monopoly is defined as the firm that is also an industry. That is also an industry. It is the only supplier of some particular commodity. Some particular commodity for which there exist no close substitutes. No close substitutes. Firm also an industry. Firm also an industry. There is no separate industry for the particular commodity. Okay. According to Kaushianis, monopoly is a market situation in which there is a single seller. In which there is a single seller. There are no close substitute for commodity. It produces. It produces. So there are barriers to entry. There are barriers to. So Kaushianis clearly says there is a single seller, no close substitute commodity in the market. It means single seller, so many buyers. Single seller, so many buyers of the particular commodity. So monopolies. Sometimes true monopoly is nothing but it is purely controlled by the government. It is purely controlled by the government. Like Indian Railways. Indian Railways. Example, Indian Railways. Monopoly in private business is rare. Okay, we can't see within the boundary. Okay, private firms who have considerable market share, like Google, Microsoft, Apple. There comes under monopoly for the particular company. Okay. Assumptions of monopoly. Assumptions of monopoly. First and foremost assumption. One seller or producer. One seller or producer. This is also known as single seller of the particular commodity. Okay. No close substitute. There is no close substitute for the particular commodity sold in the particular market. Price maker. The price of the commodity can be fixed by the particular firm. The price of the commodity is too high. The price of the commodity is too high because there is no rivals in the market. There is no rival, absence of rival. Okay. It is the main concept. It is the main concept. Another price maker. Price can be fixed by the producer, single producer, so that he is treated as, called as price maker. Homogeneous product. So the nature of the product is comes under homogeneous product. Isolated products. Isolated products. Okay. The monopoly firm not willing to sell heterogeneous product or product differentiation. Okay. Aims at the maximum profit. So the main aim of the particular seller, producer is profit maximization principle. Profit maximization principle. So profit is the lifeblood of the particular organization. So the producer or seller, the main aim of the producer seller is to enjoy abnormal profit in the market. To enjoy abnormal profit. Abnormal profit in the market. Restrictions on the entry of new firm. Restrictions on the entry of new firm. Entry restricted. So new firms are not ready to take risk in the initial stage. So in the initial stage, new producers are not willing to take risk. Okay, because they don't know about the market. Taste of the consumer, income of the consumer, willingness to buy about that particular product. So the person wants to create its demand for the particular commodity. Okay. Next, price discrimination. The monopoly firm can fix price discrimination. Person to person, the monopoly firm is able to sell the commodity. Able to sell the commodity. So price discrimination is the one among the assumptions, one among the concept of downward sloping demand curve. Downward sloping demand curve. If the price of the commodity increase, automatically demand for the particular product decrease. Demand for the particular product decrease. So the monopoly firm is willing to sell higher price. Higher price. They are not aware, taking care. They are not aware of taking care of quantity sold. More demand. More demand. So monopoly is also an industry. Monopoly firm is also an industry. Okay. Monopoly versus perfect competition. Before that, we want to know perfect competition. So perfect competition is a myth concept. We can't see in the present day world. It is a myth concept. Okay. Another one, monopolistic competition. So monopolistic competition is nothing but product differentiation. Product differentiation. Heterogeneous product. Superiority of the particular product. To establish certain customers in the market. To create customers. The firm is ready to sell. Monopolistic firm is ready to sell heterogeneous product. Okay. Now we are going to say about monopoly as well as perfect competition. Comparison between monopoly as well as perfect competition. Price maker. So monopoly firm is able to fix the price of the particular commodity. So there is no close substitute. So that they can fix the price of the particular commodity. Hence, we treat it as price maker. Perfect competition. Okay. So many sellers are there, so that they can take the price of the particular commodity. Price takers can earn abnormal profit in the short term. So monopoly firm can earn abnormal profit in the short period. It's possible. It's possible. Here, it is not possible. Okay, the firm can enjoy normal profit. The firm can enjoy normal profit. The existence of price discrimination. The existence of price discrimination. It's possible in the monopoly firm. Person to person, the seller, okay, the producer can fix different types of price for the same product. Okay, person to person, he can fix, differentiate the price of the particular product. It is possible in the monopoly. It's possible in the monopoly market. So it is not possible. It's not possible in the perfect, because people know about the price of the commodity. The first and foremost objective of the perfect competition is people know about the price level of the commodity. Rationality assumption. All human beings are rational. Okay, so that there is no price discrimination. People know about the demand and the supply of the product. Know about the demand and supply of the product. Non-existence of seller cartel. It's not applicable in the monopolistic competition, because it is purely based on single seller concept. Based on single seller concept. Few sellers are present in the market. Perfect competition. Few sellers. There is no restrictions in the market. Those who are interested to sell the commodity, they can join. They can sell the goods and services within the market. Within the market situation. So the demand curve of monopoly is downward sloping in nature. It is look like a demand curve. So the demand curve of monopoly is downward sloping from left to right. Downward sloping means from left to right. Negative decline in nature. Negative decline in nature. Here, the demand curve of perfect competition is perfectly elastic. It's look like a horizontal. Okay, perfectly elastic. Next, we are going to see about the causes of monopoly power. Causes of monopoly power. Control over raw material. Control over raw material. They can sell. They can sell minimum level of output. They can sell minimum level of goods and services within the market operations. They can control the market, create artificial demand for the particular product so that they can enjoy supernormal profit. So the main aim of monopolist firm is profit maximization principle. Hence, they can reduce the production. Reduce the production. They can artificially create the demand for the if the firm is willing to produce optimum level of output means the monopoly firm may not, they fails to get maximum profit. So, control over competitors. Patents, they can get patent right of the particular product. It will help to maximize profit and reduce the volume of technological barriers. So many technology issues are there to fulfill the production unit. Okay, they can control the production unit. Government policy. Some of the government policy can promote monopoly. Okay, can promote monopoly in the like Indian railway system, monopoly power. Okay. Production of army materials, it comes under monopoly power. So private persons are not ready to, they are not allowed to produce the army materials. Okay. So the policy of the government, sometimes it may help. It may help the production of certain commodities comes under monopoly market situation. Entry restrictions. Okay. Entry restriction. Because they are not getting license to produce the particular commodity. Unfair competition. Unfair competition. We can't see, we fail to see about the healthy competition. Healthy competition. Okay. Next, size of capital. The size of capital is large. It's large. So that new investors are not ready to come forward to produce a particular product. Next, price discrimination. So, before going to see the various types of price discrimination, we can remember what's meant by price discrimination. So the monopoly firm can sell the particular goods and services at various price level. He is able to sell various price level of the particular. So person to person, the price of the commodity may change. That is called as price discrimination of the particular. Okay. Next, first degree. 3 degrees are there. First degree, second degree, third degree. So what's meant by first degree? The seller must know about the absolute maximum price. Absolute maximum price. Okay, that every consumer is willing to pay. So consumer is willing to purchase our commodity. They don't bother about the price level of the commodity. So the main aim of the particular consumer is to purchase that particular commodity. They can create artificial demand for the particular, whether the commodity is superior or not. They don't know about the quality of the quantity of the, they are aware about quality of the product. If the price of the commodity is high, means, okay, automatically we can judge, we give first rank because the quality of the product is superior. So consumer, so the mindset of the consumer thought like, so if the price of the commodity is high, means the quality of the product also high. Okay. Sometimes it may happen. If the price of the commodity also high, the quality of the product also too low. It may happen. Sometimes it may happen. Okay. Second degree. So the price of the goods or services varies according to quantity demanded. So the price of the good or services varies according to quantity demanded. Quantity demanded. It depends upon the goods and services as well as quantity demanded. Third degree, the price of the goods or services varies by attributes such as location. So the price of the goods or services vary, sir. It's a variation about the goods and services. It's possible due to certain factors. Location, age, sex, as well as economic condition. Okay, so that the price of the good may increase, varies. We can allow certain variations based on the following factors. Location, it's far away from the production unit. Age factor. Okay, age factors. Childhood, teenagers, age-old persons. Age-old person. We can classify 4 types. First one, children. Second, teenagers. Third, youngsters. Fourth, age-old person. Okay. They can follow the changes. Monopoly diagram. Short run as well as long run diagram. So the graph, the diagram depicts that the price PM and there is a slight change in PC as well as the output from QM to QC. QM to QC. So the actual size of the market is PM and QM. Okay. In the shaded area, the monopoly firm can enjoy supernormal or abnormal profit. So P, M, P like C1. Okay. So the firm can enjoy supernormal profit. Is nothing but average revenue minus average cost. Average revenue minus average cost. So the diagram focused. So it is generally considered to be the same in the short run as well as. So the main aim of monopoly firm is profit maximization principle. Whereas M or marginal revenue equal to marginal cost of the particular commodity. So therefore the equilibrium point is at M. M is the equilibrium point of the particular commodity. So MR equal to MC. MR equal to MC. MR equal to MC. That is called as profit maximization principle. Equilibrium point M. So the diagram shows how a monopoly is able to make supernormal profits. How a monopoly firm is able to make supernormal profit. It's possible because AR is greater than AC. So average revenue is greater than average cost of the particular commodity. Usually, supernormal profit attracts new firms to enter into the market, because the prime aim of the particular firm is to maximize profit. So profit maximization principle creates so many producers within the firm, within the market situation. So supernormal profit attracts new firms to enter to the market. But there are barriers to entry in monopoly, and this enables a monopoly to keep supernormal profit. Reality, in general, in nature, supernormal profit attracts new firms enter into the market. It's quite natural. It's quite common. But here, entry into the monopoly market. It's based on the restrictions. New firms are not enter into the monopoly market situation. Okay, it is the key concept to produce supernormal profit. So difference between monopoly as well as competitive market. So in the short term, the firm in competitive market and the monopolies could make supernormal profit. However, there is one major difference. In monopolies, there are barriers to entry which prevent new firms from entering into the market. Next, in competitive market, barriers to entry are low. So, new firms can enter the market causing low profit. in the long run, in competitive markets, price will fall and profit will fall. So in the competitive market situation, there is a direct relationship between the price of the commodity as well as profit of the particular firm. Okay, direct relationship between the price as well as profit. However, in the long run, in monopoly price and profits can remain high. Efficiency and monopoly. So monopoly set a price greater than MC. So which is allocatively inefficient. By producing at QM, the monopoly is productively inefficient. Not lowest point of average cost. Not lowest point of average cost. So with the less competition, a monopoly has fewer incentives to cut cost. So there will be inefficient. Welfare loss to the society. Welfare loss to the society. In the monopolistic competition, the output will be PC and QC. So the tangency points between C, MC as well as AC. Tangency point. Okay, C. The blue shaded area. The blue shaded area. It's look like a triangle. It's look like a triangle. Causing a fall in consumer surplus. Causing a fall in consumer surplus. So monopoly also causes a fall in producer surplus. They can sell the commodity less. But some of the consumer surplus is captured by firms by setting higher prices. So consumer is willing to give more price to purchase that particular commodity. The monopoly can price, the firm can fix lower price of the particular. So the difference between willingness to buy as well as actual price of the particular commodity, it will give consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. I am able to purchase a particular pen. 50 rupees I can ready to purchase a cello pen. So the actual price of the commodity is 35. So I am willing to give 50 rupees. The actual price of the commodity is 15. 35. The difference 50 minus 35 equal to 15. 15 is the consumer surplus of the particular commodity. So that the blue triangle shows the net loss of consumer. Shows the net loss of consumer and producer. Yeah, consumer as well as producer surplus. That part blue triangle depicts the blue triangle depicts the consumer as well as producer surplus. So in the long run, small firms can fix higher level of prices so that they can be able to sell low level of quantity, low level of output. So in the long run, they can increase the output at P2 level. So the quantity output of the price, output of the commodity is Q2. They can fix low level of price of the particular commodity. It is the one among the way to increase output of the particular product in the long term. So it is assumed monopolies have a degree of economies of scale, which enables them to benefit from lower content average cost. So they can implement economies of scale. Internal as well as external economies of scale will create the profit, to maximize the profit. They can reduce the wastage of the particular product. Look like labor force, electricity, raw materials, etc., etc. These are all comes under internal economies of scale. What are the external economies of scale? What are the factors influencing external economies of scale? Number one, transportation cost, fuel. Okay. Next, collecting labors from different parts, different places. It will reduce the wastage of manpower. So in a competitive market, firms can or may produce quantity Q2 level and have average cost of AC. So a monopoly can produce more and have lower average cost. This enables efficiency of scale. That is called as economies of scale. So internal as well as external economies of scale play a vital role to increase the profit maximization principle. Okay, so that the firm can enjoy supernormal or abnormal profit. So that the monopoly firm can enjoy supernormal as well as abnormal profit. Okay. So before going to close this particular chapter, I want to clear monopoly is nothing but single seller, so many buyers in the market. Number two, the main aim of monopoly market is to maximize profit. They can produce minimum level of output. Okay, so that they can enjoy supernormal profit. That's all. Okay, thank you.